Hi, everybody. Yes, you've got 3 people on the screen right now, and I want to welcome you to the Global Party 2017 Healing from the Inside Out. And we have Sherston, Vanessa from Soul Love Dance.
Hi.
And we're going to be talking about healing through movement and music. And this is going to be an extraordinary conversation, and you're going to get blessed. Movement to music. This is like, okay, this is entirely new. Okay.
Intentional movements to music.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I'm really looking forward to this one. So what brought the 2 of you together?
Well, we originally actually met in a coaching program, and we kind of just randomly ended up being roommates for the retreat for the program. And like the second we met, we're like, okay, we're totally
sisters.
Yeah, we're soul sisters. We are.
I was like, I think I know you already.
Yeah, and immediately we were just like that, and we stayed connected even though we lived in different cities at the time. And then the next coaching for the next program, we were roommates again, and
now we live in the same city.
Yeah, and somehow Sherston found her way over this way, and we had been talking about collaborating for a long time, and this collaboration,
the universe conspired to support that intention for sure.
Yeah, in a lot of fun and serendipitous ways.
Yes.
There you go. Did it conspire, or was it just, your calling for the 2 of you actually to be present, to share all this wonderful joy with us?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
For
calling.
Sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So what was your aha? Although you immediately connected, what was the aha that you knew that the 2 of you together could transcend space and time with a new medium of music and movement that is going to inspire the world?
You want me to answer?
Go for it.
I think, so the kind of cool story is that we met through the medium of our coaching program, but the more we got to know each other, I learned that Vanessa has a big dancing background.
Yeah.
And she learned that I have a big musical background in mainly singing. And I have always thought for the longest time, like either in a past life or maybe a future life, I was meant to be a dancer, and I just love dance and I want it more in my life. And
my grandparents, both my paternal grandparents, were professional opera singers, and I have music going way back in my bloodlines. And I, however, had a traumatic musical experience as a child, and so I love singing, and I won't do it in front of people. But it's always, when people ask like, oh, if you could be anything, like, what would you be? I'm like, oh, totally like a rock star, but I would never actually pursue that. Mm-hmm. And so the thing with us is like Sherston in her like secret dream life is a dancer, and in my secret dream life, I am a musician and a singer. Mm-hmm. And so when we recognize that in each other, we're like, we are like, it was so like meant the to perfect, work together.
Yeah,
totally.
Working together. And then beyond that, just like how much music and movement have transformed both of our lives. Even not just dancing, but like yoga, Pilates, and
we're big movers, and we have a lot of that type of movement, especially mindful movement in common. Mm-hmm. So,
and using music as a healing modality, and as well as movement. So yeah, we just like to combine it all.
Yeah. Awesome. What came to my mind was that you 2 were like twins in some other journey.
It's quite possible. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think we have been on other journeys together, and this was predestined.
Yeah.
Wow, this is very, very powerful. Okay, so so Vanessa, now that I know that you're really a secret singer.
In the car.
And we're talking about healing from the inside out. What is it that you think you need to let go of in order for you to sing more?
I have actually been singing some more with Sherston around. Mm-hmm. And it is, it is the general old fear of like, what are people going to say? And there was this old belief that people don't want to hear me sing. And that was definitely very painful. Like, I want to cry a little bit. And there is definitely something to release around that. And actually, Sherston has heard me sing. And
She
we
has a
sing
beautiful
together
voice.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And so that in itself, just spending time together like that has
Mhm.
been really caring for me.
Awesome. And what about you, Kirsten? When it comes to dance, why have you just been the secret dancer?
I don't know that I would say I've been a secret dancer. I haven't sought out opportunities for myself to dance. And so with Vanessa around, I mean, she inspires me so much. When I watch her dance, I'm like, sometimes I don't even want to dance. I'm just like watching her like, oh my gosh. But yeah, no, it's just her beauty and her grace when she dances. It's very inspiring for me. And it reminds me of how good it feels to just be in your body and move and just kind of like be in that flow, with dance. So with her around, it just is helpful to just have more opportunities to be able to do it.
And I also have to say, Kirsten and I are collaborating in so many ways right now, including we have a really awesome living collaboration going on right now. And literally many nights a week, we have a full on and wait till you guys hear her sing, because you will really be blown away. But almost every night I get to listen to this amazing singer songwriter perform her music live, and I dance to it. And that's what we do.
Yeah.
Just random, she's singing and practicing new songs. And I make requests. Yesterday I made her play the same song 4 times. I love it so much. I'm like, can you just play it one more time before we go to bed? And then, I would wake up at night with it in my head. I was like,
yeah,
so lovely.
And I have to say, when I play my music and I get the opportunity to watch her dance to it, I don't know, it just adds a whole new level to the song that I wrote. Because it's just cool to see, and she's so good about of adapting a song to movement and having it represent that song and that music so perfectly.
I love this girl so much. Really, our sisters.
So obviously there's another level of healing going on, but what would you say for both of you that music, movement, singing, dancing, this whole big entourage has really done for you that you would encourage others to get out and just do a little bit? Because I think what people do is they do measure themselves, unfortunately, by they looking at someone else and they go, oh, they're so good. Why would they want to hear me sing? But there is so much, even scientific evidence that says just singing is so healing just by using your voice or moving or dancing. So what gems would you like to give the audience to get them out there and participating?
So one thing for me, I think anything, and you don't have to necessarily sing in front of people or dance in front of people. It's totally okay to do it by yourself. And if you want to do it in front of people, that's also awesome. But I think music, singing, your voice, dance, it's all really a way to get into your body and into the present moment and to release all that crap that's floating around in your head and worrying about the future or fretting about the past. I can't believe I just said fretting. But anyway, just coming into the present moment and really being with yourself. Mm-hmm. And that in itself, being able to be present in the moment, is so incredibly healing and powerful. So that's one gem from me. I'm sure you will have plenty of others.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a big part for me in my own journey because I've had a somewhat tumultuous relationship with music and with singing and performing, so my background's in music, but I gave it up off and on a few times because I've had this love-hate relationship with it. And when I finally brought it back into my life, most recently, it was during my coaching and my own kind of healing process. And I made this commitment to myself that I was going to write music and sing and play only for myself first. Okay. So getting away from, oh, here, let me entertain you, let me perform for you, this is for you. It's no, I'm connecting to a deep part of myself, to my soul, that needs and wants to express itself, to release energy, release, whatever I'm going through, emotions, anything, and let it flow through me. And that's why I'm doing this. And once I started doing that, then it was like all of a sudden I wanted to share it with everyone, but not from this place of, oh, let me show you how good I am, or perform for you, or do this, or be your little monkey to entertain. So I think that's at the heart of it. When you can connect to the reason why you want to sing or dance, or just like that, the feeling that you get when you're able to really just like let go of any expectation of what it's supposed to look like or sound like, and just tap into how it feels, then that's when it starts to become so transformative and so healing and fun. Most importantly.
Yeah, most importantly, I mean, we've had a little bits of tidbits. Earlier we had Rosaria Langley. She was talking about laughing your way to abundance, but she found that one of those things when she was busking was she was singing a shower song. And just singing a shower song out loud, all these people were coming along, right? And they were joining in that sense, because it's joy. When people feel that joy, and as you said, they can do it in the comfort of their own home, in the shower, for instance, there is this sense of something that percolates in your body, right? And we had another person that was talking about artists when they might have a lot of darkness that they're first off expressing, because they have to get through the darkness to get it out of their body before they can get to that real sense of joy. So there's all levels of different creativity, but it's when you're feeling like the two of you, you're beaming, you're like, and you can feel the essence that is a perfect example of what it feels like to be in the zone.
Definitely. Yeah. I love that.
Me too.
So you're doing this, I mean, you're in California. So you've yet to start traveling the world by land, but you are traveling by land by the internet here, that people can reach you, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like we're doing right now.
The internet. Yes. Yes.
So would you like to give us a little taste of your collaboration together so we can see a little healing with movement and music?
So, and before we do it, I just want to give a quick background about, quick background is hard. Basically what we're doing is we're doing a mindful movement. I'm doing a vinyasa flow yoga sequence that I have created specifically to this mantra. And there's a lot of background to it, and we actually have a freebie for everybody that goes into a lot more detail because we can't cover it all on this call. Right. I think it's just important to know that both the words that Sherston is singing in Sanskrit and the movement that I'm doing have very specific energetic intention behind them. Okay. And so that's just an important part of this.
Okay, so on that important part of this, say what you call the sequence again.
Oh, it's a vinyasa sequence. So it's a sequence where the movements flow from one into the next. It's yoga based, as you will see.
But it definitely has a dance feel to it as well. So, because I have a yoga background, and this feels like the perfect marriage between dance and yoga for me, which is beautiful.
And each of the movements does have an intention and an energetic flow behind it. And it is like a prayer.
Yeah, it really is. And she did such a beautiful job of creating the movement so specific to the way that I wrote the music and the song. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, original piece.
Yes, the mantra is a known mantra. The Gayatri mantra is what I'm gonna be singing, but I took it and put it to my own music. So
it's beautiful.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay, and let's
ready
right in that camera lens right there.
Okay. Ready.
All right. Jana Om Tapa Om Satyam Om Tatsaditur Varenyam Vargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodaya Om Bhurvubhav Om Swaha Om Maha Om Maha Om Jana Om Tapa Om Satyam Om Tatsaditur Varenyam Vargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodaya Om Bhurvubhav Om Swaha Om Maha Om Maha Om Jana Om Tapa Om Satyam Om Tatsaditur Varenyam Vargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodaya
I feel like everybody was supposed to get up and do that with you.
And everybody can.
Yes.
They can sing it, they can
Mhm.
dance it, they can move energy with it. And it is really, really calming and grounding and centering and energetically purifying.
Mhm. And that's what I think, what was really a shift for me when I started really wanting to not just play and sing my own music, but I wanted to get other people to do it as well. And in this way that feels doable and approachable and healing. And same thing for the dance. It's like, it's great to watch and listen, but when you do it yourself, it's so much more powerful. And so we just love teaching and getting other people to do it for themselves.
And I do also want to put out there that the way that we present it, when we present it through our teaching, it is, I mean, I did the full version right now, and not necessarily everybody is able to do that. That we do have
Different levels
so that everybody can access it regardless of where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like first when you're talking about mindful movement, I immediately went to like Tai Chi, in the terms of, that sort of mindful movement. And then the music, there is always a sense of bringing you into presence. And there's just this extra beauty and creative force with the two of you together doing it, right? It's very transcendental. Like it's like transcendental meditation, but it's actually music and movement together. It's quite lovely.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
That means so much.
Yeah.
We feel that.
Yeah, we
it's
really
good that
do.
you can see that.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah, most definitely. It's just like I didn't want to show you up, Vanessa. Okay, so I just sat here and listened and watched, right? But that was it. That's exactly. I just wanted to get up and participate because it was so energetically moving, soothing the soul, yet at the same time, it was this element of wanting to stretch out and release. So the energy was palatable, right? In that sense, it was grounding, but expanding at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're on to something for
yeah.
And I will say, obviously, Kirsten and I have recorded this before, but in a way where we had control over editing and how many times and everything. And this time doing it, I did actually feel nervous and I felt like my body was shaking a little bit. And I was like, oh, I wonder if that's coming across. But then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to listen to Kirsten play and I'm going to allow it to just flow through me. And that's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just got way more into the zone and the shaking went away.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of like this whole conversation about healing from the inside out, right? It's like you have, each of you, so you're admitting you had these feelings, but you went with them, you went through them, you concentrated on the music carried you, Kirsten's voice carried you, however you want to do, but it brings you to a new level that you go, wow, yeah, that was okay, right? And I think that's all we ever have to do is keep practicing at what inspires us to bring us more joy and let go of the other stuff, because it really is kind of all ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like retraining when we have those thoughts that come in, because I mean I had the same ones, like, oh my gosh, can they hear me okay, or I sound okay, all those, like, and it's like, oh, okay, my intention is to sit here and sing and play this song, and actually, I have a whole internal visualization that I do as a meditation when I sing the song that I teach as well, and I want to have that come through too. So it's like constantly redirecting, letting go of the thoughts and coming back to, okay, now I'm visualizing this, and now I'm feeling this energetically. And so that amplifies what it sounds like. Even if I sing a wrong note or you go off, it doesn't matter, because the energy is coming through.
And the visualization and the energy part was also really huge for me in the choreography and what movements I chose for which parts of the song. And so I also, when I started visualizing, like, wait, this is not about me just moving my arms like this. This is about this very specific energetic flow. Mm-hmm. And that's what I want to be plugged into. And it doesn't matter that this is being recorded. And that we don't get to edit it and decide like whether it goes live or not,
No, you're like totally surrendering to the process. Okay, did I tell you that at the end of this, it's going the unedited version and it's just going
yeah, and that is totally fine.
That's so cute. Okay, so now when you're teaching this, then do you is it one movement at a time? Do you run through the whole sequence, sort of so people get it, and then you're just sort of breaking it down, because you've got the music, the meditation, the visualization, the mantra, right? There's so many different elements of it. I'm sure it could take a year for somebody to, really master it.
So in the gift that we have for people, which is a shorter version, we do it in about 20 minutes. We go through the whole thing, and there are options to go deeper into it for people that want those options. But we talk we just give a little bit of background about the intention behind it and the intention behind the movement.
What the Gayatri mantra is a little bit, and the energetics of it, and how to use it a little bit as a meditation and as a healing process. I mean, and the song is about 4 minutes long. So once you learn it, so you can choose to also, you know, how deep you go into it, how much of the movement you do. If the more you listen to the song, you start to learn it anyway.
And the sequence repeats 3 times. So when I teach the movement part, I first go into the safety basics and you know, what's appropriate for who and whatnot. And then I just, you know, teach the movements one at a time. And then we do it together, and we just go through the whole thing once, where I talk a little bit through it. And then we have one that is just pretty much what you saw here, with just the movement and the music and no talking, and just go for it, do it yourself.
Yeah. So it's broken down step by step.
We do break it down.
So last time when we talked about belly dancing, and you said we really could be free spirited, can somebody actually follow along with you, even though they may not be, you know, doing the exact thing? Is there still the same sense of freedom of expression in the process?
The freedom part is super important to us. It's actually one of our really important values, is that we want people to do it in a way that feels good for them. And if that means not doing anything that I did at all and just swaying in the breeze, then that's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
You know, and if you want to get really crazy and add some other stuff that's, you know, super advanced yoga, it's like, go for it. It's just about, you know, moving and feeling and being present and doing what feels right for you. And that could change from moment to moment too.
And what would each of you say are the 3 top benefits that your clients or your friends or family or even yourselves are experiencing when they're actually putting music and movement together?
3 each.
I know. I bet some of ours overlap. The first thing that comes to mind is her word of the year, which is integration. So integrating mind and body and spirit all together. So when you have that, you know, meditative mindset where you're bringing it back to the moment, and music and movement do that in it just automatically. So and then you're feeling that intention in your body and putting movement to that, right? You're expressing it in that. And then the sound is such a powerful healing modality that even just listening to the song and, you know, moving around to it is like healing in and of itself. So integration.
Yeah, I would say that this particular sequence is also both grounding and uplifting. So it can be really helpful if somebody's feeling anxious or just feeling down, just to get that movement. It's both grounding and uplifting. Integration.
Yeah.
And just presence and connection.
Clarity.
And if you want to get all neuroscientific about it, it's a prefrontal cortex reset. For those people that care.
And for those that are going, what?
Like, it just means if you're stressed out and you're not thinking clearly and you can't make decisions because you are in a brain
fight
state
or flight response
that's not allowing you to make rational decisions, when you do something like this that's grounding and that brings you back into the present, you literally change your brain state back into a place where you can now think clearly and make rational decisions. And that's the place I want to be operating my life from. So I do stray from that, and I like to have tools to bring me back to it for when I actually need to make decisions and figure out how to move forward.
Yeah. So basically, anybody that's feeling any type of stress, right? Any anxiety, any negative self-talk, like, am I doing this right or wrong?
Yeah.
Can they hear me? Do they feel me shaking? Anything like that, it's bringing that aspect of calmness and serenity and front cortical reset. Is that what you called it?
Yeah. Prefrontal cortex reset. If I'm a neuroscientist, will be like, what is she talking about? It's not, you know, but it is.
Prefrontal cortical. Prefrontal cortical or pre?
Yeah. And just changing your state when you are in a state that is unpleasant,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to be in a more pleasant state,
Mm-hmm.
doing something like this.
And also, I mean, in that same kind of area of like a lot of times I feel like we get so stuck up in our heads and we're thinking and we're trying to figure it out, and like, you know, in that mindset where it's like we can't figure it out, getting into our body and having our body show us how to solve a problem, you know. So that's the integration part. Like, how do we get back into our body? We're not turning our mind off, but we're just bringing them together and learning from our body learns from our mind, and our mind learns from our body. And so really utilizing that in a fun way.
Absolutely. And you're actually bringing them all together, right?
Yeah.
So there is no more separation between the mind and the body, because the mind is engaged, mindful movement, in what the body's doing.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yay. Love it.
Okay, so how do they get a hold of this new freebie program that you're offering?
So if you go to soullovedance.com,
Mm-hmm.
In the menu at the top right, there's going to be a little link that says free.
Mm-hmm.
And if you click on that link, that is where you can access this.
And it's 10 days? 3 days? How many did you say?
Oh, no, so basically it's, you know, if you want to access it, you'll basically get an email with a link to the video where we teach the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then alongside, there'll be some options if you want to, you know, check it out deeper, if you want more information about it, which is also free. You can also get that there. And if that is enough for you and you just want to learn how to do it and dance it and then have it available anytime you want to dance it, then you have it.
Mm-hmm. And if they want to go deeper, there's more stairs and connect more with you. Okay, so how often are you performing out there in California? Can people actually come see you there?
No,
someday.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have anything yet, but
Yeah,
You're not having in-home parties?
Any what?
In-home parties?
Oh, not yet.
We are going to be doing stuff like that. So so we do have our membership site, Soul Love Dance, which does have a variety of different ways to fit mindful movement into your life. There is, as you know, there's belly dance. There's a lot of this type of mindful movement. Sherston is also going to be adding, there's going to be a whole meditation section. And so there are definitely ways that people can access this regularly and include it into their life in a guided way where we guide them through it through Soul Love Dance, if that is something that people are interested in.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. This has been great because I think you've given people a very easy, relaxing way to get in touch with themselves and enjoy the process. What you two together, I mean, I can just feel it's the beginning of something very big. So thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us. Yeah. It is always a pleasure to see you, Jacqueline. And
it's great to meet you.